I hate comments like this because I can't tell if people are being purposefully obtuse or they think that I'm stupid. Yeah, we know that the mortgage might be lower than the rent, but you know what else you have to pay for when you buy a house? Down payment, closing costs, inspection fees, maintenance fees, maybe an HOA, property taxes, homeowner's insurance, appliances, utilities, which you don't always pay as a renter because some places, like the place I'm moving into, pays for utilities for you. So it's honestly really insulting when people are like, don't you know you could be paying less for a mortgage than you're paying in rent, without taking into account the fact that you need thousands of dollars saved up front to buy the house, as well as the additional monthly costs that are not included in the mortgage.
Obtuse. I like that word. Most of you might say annoying, and I'm starting to agree with some of your sentiments out in these social media streets, in that I'm getting tired also as a professional in this industry, helping people get into homes as far as the financing is concerned. We simplify the home loan process here. That said, not enough education has been put on the internet in the past pertaining to all of the additional fees that she just aforementioned. I also get tired of seeing videos of people demonizing home ownership after having gone through the process because they were not properly educated. So on today's video, I'm going to help those of you that want to become a homeowner do so in the proper way and manner, and understand the costs, the holding costs that are associated with it, so that you can plan accordingly and not look at this as some type of lottery or something that you have to do, because you can rent. Everybody doesn't have to own. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Robert here. Take a few seconds, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you know when we bring information like this to the channel. Also, I am a lender. I've been helping people get on and navigate the residential lending space for over 20 years. My contact information is in the description below.
Guys buying houses is dumb. You shouldn't put money in a house. You should put money in your brand. You should put money in the marketing. You should promote yourself, not put money where you and the kids live.
Why is that a mistake?
Because it's dead money. A house can't make you money. The only reason people think a house makes them money is they're comparing it to, if I rent, that costs me money. If you need to go to a hospital, you don't buy the hospital. You rent a bed to get out of there as fast as you can. You go on a trip, you go to America and you want to go to Disneyland, you don't buy the hotel. You rent a room. Nobody thinks poorly of that. Yeah, I'm going to go there, use the place, and get out. That's what you should be doing with your living. Find a place where you can rent. Pay rent monthly. Don't own the house. And take all the money that you would have put in that house purchase, down payment, extra money, fixing it up. Use all that money to improve your business.
And yourself.
So that you can get more money.
I'm also annoyed with videos like this, where you have popular influencers that have a master's degree in manipulation and psychology. I don't disagree with what he's saying, but you have to peel back the onion and look at it this way. Most of you that want to own a home, and you can answer this down in the comment section, yes or no, if I'm correct or wrong. But if you have any additional money left over in your month, are you investing it? And the answer is no. This whole financial become an investor scenario or environment started during the pandemic. And there's a lot of folks that had a blow up on these channels when it came to people's so-called investing. But if you really look at the numbers, like I look at daily, when I'm looking at applications, people aren't investing. Yes, I agree. You should invest in yourself. Why? So you can become more valuable and you can attract more money because you're solving more problems. And that is going to be something that is more and more important as we go forward, because this system is changing. But first, you have to have that margin. And so I say all that to say this: owning a home for most people that want to is a forced savings account. You can say what it is that you want to. And I don't look at it as an investment, but it is an asset. It's not a cash producing asset in most cases, because you're living it as your home is providing that utility. But over time, because of the way this system is set up, it rises with inflation, as you've seen over the last couple of years. Not saying that everyone should buy as a result of that, but you got to watch marketers, master marketers like Mr. Cardone, and somewhat hypocritical because do your research. He owns residential real estate as early or as recent as 2024. You got to understand the motive. What's my motive? To educate you, to build trust with you so that if you want to purchase a home, you might consider myself to help you go through that process. His motive is to get you excited, to invest in those funds that he has control over for multifamily so that he can continue to get rich. And if you really wanted to help people, you should teach them along those lines where they don't have to pay 20 grand to come to one of your events. I'm just saying, let's keep it moving.
If you've been sitting on the fence between renting and buying a house, I'm going to put you onto something that only the most financially intelligent and wealthy people truly understand. It's going to go against everything that you have learned or been taught when it comes to finances. You need to think about every single purchase that you make as going into one of two buckets. It's either going to go into your assets or it's going to go into a liability. An asset is something that's going to make you money, and a liability is something that's going to cost you money. Where do you think purchasing a house falls? Now, if you are renting, there is no risk, there is no responsibility, there are no financial implications there other than your monthly rent. You do not have to pay land transfer tax, property taxes, maintenance, upkeep. If something massively goes wrong at your house, you are not responsible to financially replace or fix it. On the other hand, if you purchase a house, you are on the hook for every single one of those things. And I know that some of you will come after me and say long term, the equity that you build in your house will make you money. And you're not 100% wrong, but you're also not 100% right. There's nothing wrong with purchasing a house if you're doing it properly. I'm 35 years old. I've rented my entire life. However, I do own a home, I do own a cottage, and I do own a condo. And all of these properties are making me money. Now, if I did decide I don't want to rent anymore and I want to go and buy a house, I'm going to utilize my assets to pay for my liability, which would be my home for me to live in. The best decision that you could make financially ever is to purchase that house, but rent out a portion of it. Have them pay your mortgage. Or even better yet, buy a duplex or a triplex and rent those out, and you live there completely rent-free. These are the types of decisions that you should be taking in your life to set yourself up financially for your future.
I agree with her the most in that her take was more balanced than the other two. I disagree with her from the standpoint that as a renter, you have no risk. You have no risk as it pertains to the actual property for all the reasons that she mentioned. If something breaks, taxes, so on and so forth. But your risk comes with whoever owns that property. Do you know if they're handling their business correct? Do you know if they want you to leave or if they're going to rent to somebody else? The rent increases. So there are some unknowns. There's risk in it. The goal of this video is to understand what they are based upon what it is that your desired goals or where you're headed, and make the best decision for you and yours. But I do agree with her in this aspect. If you say, I never want to own a home, you have to own real estate. Why? The way the system is built, real estate is one of those assets that is going to appreciate, especially in the times that we're in now with inflation. And it's something in her example that's creating this home now as an asset because it's a cash producing asset. One thing that a lot of people don't really go into is the tax benefits of owning rental real estate. And that's the name of the game. It's not what you make, it's what you get to keep. When you look at the tax rules, it benefits those of us who are investors. And in her case, like she's saying, hey, she's 35, she's always rented, but she owns real estate. Either way, as someone in her position where she's just owning and the cash from those investments is funding her lifestyle, or as she stated, if you are going to buy a home to live in, the term house hacking has been popularized over the last 5-10 years, what have you, but you want a house hack. If you're a single person, if you buy a single family residential home, rent out those rooms. There's a way to turn that single family home into an investment property, or as she stated, buy a duplex, buy a triplex, buy a fourplex. 1 to 4 units are considered residential property. Now, the hard part to that is this. It sounds easy rolling off my lips, but can you find something that you can qualify for? Well, that's where I believe somebody like myself comes into play. We can help you navigate that process by understanding the different loan programs that are out there, and then more importantly, helping you by presenting to you what your numbers actually qualify for and help you not bite off more than you can chew. Because at the end of the day, this social media stuff will put a battery in your back, as we used to say where I'm from, and have you feeling like you could do things that you actually can't do. So what say you guys? What did I get wrong? Get down in the comment section. Let me know. Just be respectful, as I always ask you to do. My time is up, but I thank you for yours. As I always say, let's be good to one another. Let grace abound. Watch these next 2 videos. It will help you on your journey, your education, in determining if you want to become a homeowner. And until the next time, indeed, y'all stay blessed.